You know what, guys? You know what's crazy? Is I wasn't muted, but for some reason my soundboard decided to turn all the way down the second that we started the stream. The second that can we just restart? Can we go back? Can we just restart for a second? Do I have like a rewind? No, but I have a record scratch. So you know what? The positive thing from today, I'm going to just repeat myself like this didn't happen. The positive takeaway for today is that this is the third and final preseason game, like I was alluding to, until my soundboard decided to completely just turn itself all the way down, which is crazy. I wish I could show you guys. My dial is literally turned up. It's where it always is, and it for some reason just technologically, that's not a word. It just decided to push itself all the way down. But nonetheless, third and final preseason game here for the Patriots, and this has been one of the most disappointing preseasons that I've ever had to witness as a New England Patriots fan. No starters throughout the first two games. No starters here yet again. We're going to get into what we should expect, and you know what? I'm not sure what's taking so damn long with this game. Here I was stressing out about the fact that I couldn't even get my game up because I go to NFL Plus, and I'm like, I'm paying over $100 for this crap. I'm ready to watch the game. I'll turn the game on. Sign into Amazon Prime. Seriously? So what am I paying NFL Plus for if I can't watch every single preseason game through my NFL Plus? Last week it was Peacock. This week it's Prime. This is exactly what I'm talking about. How the NFL is ruining the viewer experience for NFL fans to where every week I have to stress about how I'm watching this game. In fact, the NFL should just put out a memo, put it on all social medias and pin it. Just pin it. That this is how you watch your favorite team's game every single week. Do I need a Game Pass? Do I need NFL Plus? Do I need Prime? Do I need Netflix? Do I need Hulu? What do I need? This is more confusing to watch NFL football as it's ever been. But yes, it is on Amazon Prime. Unfortunately, I didn't know that until last second. So I go to turn on my NFL app. I sign into my NFL Plus account, sign into Amazon Prime. Well, now I got to figure out what my Amazon Prime password is because, of course, I don't remember that. I signed into the account, and the account's always just signed into. I don't remember the password. So that's why we're starting a few minutes late. But it is 8:08, and this game has still not started. Still not started, man. The NFL ruining the product for fans year by year. Year by year. When my boy comes in, Brady Goat, he says, I mess with that hoodie, man. I'm going to be dropping a little short. I'm going to put it on all social medias. I'm going to put it here on YouTube Shorts. But this is a new collection. I'm going to show you guys right here. New collection. We got AFC right here. You guys see the back? This is probably my favorite Patriots merch I've ever gotten because Fanatics is doing a crossover with Champion, which best feeling hoodies, best feeling apparel out there. And they're also collabing with Disney to drop merchandise for your favorite NFL team combined with Disney. And I'm gonna be honest, I was a little bit skeptical when I heard about this because I was like, well, they gonna put Kermit the Frog with the Patriots or some crap like that. Like, you know, I don't want to rep that. But for everyone who knows me, I love Marvel, bro. I love Marvel. And thankfully, we got Captain America. That's the crossover with the Patriots, baby. It's freaking Cap. Like, amazing. Absolutely amazing. NFL becoming booty with how they're running things? Absolutely. Half Patriots, half Cinderella. Dude, yep. You see? I'll be worried about that. Why am I still waiting for this to come on my damn TV? Like, what are we doing? Game starts at 8, but it's 10 minutes late. That's what I'm talking about. Like, what are we doing? Like, y'all making me jump from platform to platform. You can't even start on time? Like, what is this? And tell me why I'm signed in, but it still says on my TV the game hasn't started. Has the game started for everybody else? Huh? I see we got Gia back in the chat. Gia, I'm going to need some of those gin and tonics this week for the BS they're throwing at me. Man, it's all for you guys. Man, y'all gonna have to tell me what's going on in the chat till I get this thing on. What's happening? Let's see. Maybe if I go back and back in. Because it says the game's live, so hold up. Hold up. All right, we got the game on. For some reason, I had to go out and back in. This is like 4 things just for today's game that I hate about the NFL. All right, so the Cleveland Browns starting with the football. We're only one play late. So they're starting across the 30. Dylan Gabriel at quarterback goes out wide. Charles Woods with the tackle on this one. Cleveland's going to get a first down. I should mention the fact that there is like 0 Patriots starters playing in this game. Let me bring up the list. So for guys who are not playing for the Patriots tonight, it's everyone you could possibly imagine. I mean, it's Drake May, Ramondre Stevenson, Travion Henderson, Reggie Gilliam, A.J. Brown, Romeo Doubs, Demario Douglas, Matt Collins, Hunter Henry, Eli Raridan, Will Campbell, Morgan Moses, Marcus Bryant, Lorenz Metz, Michael Onwenu, Elijah Vera Tucker, Greg Van Rotten, Jared Wilson, Ben Brown, Draymond Jones, Harold Landry, Elijah Ponder, Xavier Holmes, Milton Williams, Christian Barmore, Curry Durden, Robert Spillane, Christian Ellis, Khalil Jacobs, Christian Gonzalez, Carlton Davis, Marcus Jones, Kevin Byard, Craig Woodson, Jalen Reed, the guy we just traded for, we can't even see him, Eric Butler, Bryce Behringer, and Brendan Schooler. Those are all of the guys not playing tonight. So 2nd and 9, Dylan Gabriel goes to the outside, passes too high. That's Karan Prunty who comes in. It's now 3rd and 9 for this Patriots defense. Keep in mind, because Cleveland is starting with the ball, Patriots will get the ball to start the second half. Bro, who's even playing? A bunch of dudes that ain't going to be on this roster tomorrow. Keep in mind, 53-man roster is Sunday. So we're going to see a lot of guys cut. All right, 3rd and 9. Cleveland's at the 46-yard line. Dylan Gabriel drops back. Gabe Backus had pressure and then gets stopped. And 4th and 9, flag comes out. And they're going to call that on Kindle Vildor. Vildor, who's had an amazing camp, an amazing preseason. And they're going to call pass interference on him. Ball's going to be at the spot of the foul, so Cleveland's going to get a big chunk play here. And you can just see Kindle Vildor grabbing that left arm. And they're going to call that all day. Man, you can't grab that left arm. All right, so fresh set of downs. Cleveland is now knocking on the door for the red zone across the 50 at the 26-yard line. Dylan Gabriel's going to hand the ball off. Missing tackles. Patriots defense can't tackle. That's almost a gain of 10 on first down for Sanders for Cleveland. Had a couple Patriots defenders there tackling with their arms, and Sanders avoided 3 tackles on that play. Run defense for New England. Now, keep in mind, this is like 3rd and 4th stringers who aren't going to be on this roster tomorrow, so let's calm down a little bit. I mean, your Patriots starting defense right now is Gabe Backus, Eric Gregory, Joshua Farmer, Jesse Luketa, KJ Britt, Nnamdi Obiizor, Kindle Vildor, Karan Prunty, Charles Woods, Dale Pettis, and John Saunders. So keep that in mind. Cleveland's going to run the ball up the middle again. They're going to get a first down with Sanders here. Kobe, your game is mad behind, homie. Dude, blame the NFL. I should get this BS for free. What am I paying for? The game to start 10 minutes late and then be delayed like 4 plays behind? What up with that? 3rd and 1. Cleveland's going to run motion. They're going to give the ball off again. That's going to be Sanders. Sanders with another good run up the middle. And Cleveland might just run the ball the entire game. Third and final preseason game. You want to get out healthy here. Nobody wants to be here watching this game anyway. So they're just going to run the ball up the Patriots, drain the clock, and still come out with this win. I mean, Sanders really had one guy to beat on the play. You had John Saunders, who had to come up as your free safety and make that tackle. If he beats Saunders, he's off to the races. First and goal for Cleveland. Dillon Gabriel fakes the handoff, and Cleveland gets into the end zone. That's a touchdown. Wow. Cleveland just marched down 11 minutes and 39 seconds, still in the first quarter. Luke Floria comes in as the tight end for Cleveland, puts his shoulders down, and it's just an easy touchdown for Dillon Gabriel. Right off of the play action, Patriots bid on it. And wow, this looks like a bunch of backups that are either on the practice squad or just not making an NFL team. They're going to be working at DoorDash here in a couple of days. Awful defense. By the way, like, the Patriots had them for a minute. Like, what was 3rd and 9? And then you have the big holding play by Kindle Vildor, and that just turns into 7 points. I think that's the problem, is what we've seen from this Patriots defense is it's very bend but don't break. You know what I mean? Like, they're allowing opposing offenses to drive down the field, and then it's, okay, we're going to hold them to 3 points, or okay, we're going to force a turnover, but you can't rely on doing that every single week. That's just not good defense. So we're going to see what this Patriots offense looks like. What your starting offense could potentially look like is you have Baron Morton and Tommy DeVito at quarterback. You have Jam Miller, Lan Larison, Haskins, and Hasty at running back. You got Kyle Williams, Chisholm, Dorner, DeGeneiro, Dixon, and Palmer as your wide receivers. Westover, Arkin, and Dupree at tight end. Lomu, Crownover, and Conley at tackle. Hudson and Morgan at guard. Ritzy, Dalecourt, and Mikulski at center. So basically 2 guys we signed, just last week. That's your offense. Oh, God. Shout out to all of you guys that are watching here at the Patriots Global Watch Party for the third and final preseason game, where not only are the starters not playing, but we really don't have much second stringers playing either. Oh, my gosh. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was debating on not going live for this game because I was like, how many people are actually going to watch this? So shout out to you guys for watching, man. I wanted to come in. This is obviously my job to come in and do this. And so I got to produce as much content for you guys as possible. I was like, no, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. It might be a rough one, but we're going to do this. And we're all going to celebrate the fact that this is hopefully the worst Patriots game that we have to watch for the rest of the year. McDonald's is hiring. Dude, some of those guys will be working there. It was Malcolm Butler who said before he was signed by the Patriots, he was working at Popeyes. So it's a real thing. All right, Tommy DeVito is here. Tommy DeVito is starting for the page. Oh, I accidentally put on my voice changer. Sorry. Tommy DeVito is coming on in for the Patriots. So a little bit more excitement. We don't have to watch Baron Morton for 4 quarters. So thank the Lord. But how long will Tommy DeVito play? I don't know. So your offensive line, though, for Tommy DeVito is going to be, oh, dear Lord, James Hudson at left tackle, Mekhi Butler at left guard, Jacob Rizzi at center, Joe McCliskey at right guard, and Caleb Lomu at right tackle. So I'm excited to see Caleb Lomu. Honestly, my biggest storylines for tonight, I want to see what Lomu looks like at right tackle. I want to see Tanner Arkin hopefully getting his opportunities to block at tight end and not just fullback. And then Kyle Williams and Efton Chisholm. Also want to see Gabe Akis a little bit too. Final thing I'm going to look for is that running back 3. Who is going to be the guy on the 53-man roster? Last opportunities for the guys to make their names heard. Lan Larison is going to be the first guy up, though. DeVito going to hand the ball off. That's Lan Larison. Larison punches up the middle for about 2 or 3 yards. It's going to be a gain of 3. To make things even more interesting, if this isn't preseason football, I don't know what is, but it's not Josh McDaniels calling plays tonight. Quarterbacks coach Ashton Grant is getting opportunities to call plays. Dear God, it doesn't get more preseason than this, does it? Tommy DeVito drops back. Tommy DeVito under pressure. DeVito's going to run. DeVito with a pretty good gain on 2nd and 7. Won't get the first down, but it's going to make it 3rd and manageable. So, hey, man, big shout out to Ashton Grant. I feel like he's been very underrated as the Patriots quarterback coach since he got here last year. It's cool to see him get the opportunity, but damn, I thought at the very least, I thought the coaches were going to be starting here. Not even the coaches are getting the starting job right now. Dear God. All right, Lan Larison on the field again. Looked like the Patriots jumped there for a minute. Nothing's called. DeVito goes to Kyle Williams for the first down. That's going to be a gain of 10. So like I said, wanted to see what Kyle Williams was going to look like. A little slow to get up, but he looks fine. Wanted to see what Kyle Williams looked like. He's obviously the best wide receiver that's kind of starting out here. It's all eyes on him and Efton Chisholm. And we know that DeVito has loved going to Kyle Williams over the last 2 weeks. So Kyle Williams getting some reps here before the season starts. We know he's going to be pushed down the depth chart used pretty limitedly. So this is kind of his last opportunity to kind of show this coaching staff, no, I can play a part in the regular season. Really want to see Kyle Williams as a kick returner in this game, though. Lan Larison with the opportunity on first. This offensive line is not giving him any help. He's going to punch forward for about 3 yards again. All right, it's 2nd and 7. Come on, baby. Give me something exciting. We know we're going to see Tommy DeVito hit a deep ball here at some point. I mean, he averages like 3 of those a game. DeVito pressured. Oh, he's going to run again. Oh, DeVito with the speed. DeVito with the first and extra. Come on, DeVito. What's that, like 15-ish yards? I think that's the thing about Tommy DeVito and why he fits so well in this system is because you want a quarterback who's very similar to your starting quarterback, right? You want the same system if, let's say, your quarterback 2 has to start a game if your QB1 goes down. You look at Drake May, has that deep ball. Tommy DeVito has that deep ball. Drake May has the mobility. Tommy DeVito has that mobility. All right, Patriots at the 45-yard line. DeVito drops back. DeVito's going deep. It's Kyle Williams, has a step on his defender, and that's it. Kyle Williams, touchdown. We see it yet again. Back-to-back weeks of Kyle Williams with a big-time touchdown. That speed, getting behind the defense, that's the role for Kyle Williams. And I just said a few minutes before, tonight, Kyle Williams has to prove what his worth is on this offense. And that's the ability to play on the outside, stress the defense, and have that big play potential just waiting to happen. And he does it yet again. 3 preseason games, 3 touchdowns for Kyle Williams, man. The exact showing that he needed. Let's go, baby. And the Patriots tie the game up just like that. And Andy Borgales perfectly up the middle to make it 7-7. Let's go. If I'm not a Patriots fan, I'm watching the Bills and Steelers game. Yeah, I can't even be mad at you. You know what I mean? But how many starters are the Bills and Steelers playing? I couldn't imagine it's a lot. With Booty gone, Williams and A.J. Brown will eat more. Dobbs too. I agree with this. Like, I understand we never wanted to see Booty go. But with Booty leaving, that opens the opportunity for the rest of this wide receiver core, especially a guy like Kyle Williams. And Kayshon Boutte playing as your X receiver. He is only playing on the outside. The Patriots do not play Kayshon Boutte in the slot. They don't play him inside. Kyle Williams can play a little bit in the side, but he's mainly going to play outside, especially at X, because of his speed. Again, he's trying to stress the defense. That's his role. He in this Josh McDaniels offense is like Nelson Aguilar, Philip Dorsett. That is his role in the Josh McDaniels offense. So now with Kayshon Boutte out of the mix, there's still those opportunities for Kyle Williams. And I think Kyle Williams, too, his ability to catch in traffic is also very underrated. Inconsistent last year is kind of the term I would put on it. But we saw a lot of times where Kyle Williams was able to catch some really great passes deep down the field in traffic. My favorite one was the beautifully put ball by Drake May to Kyle Williams deep down the field for the touchdown against Baltimore last year. And again, you're seeing those same things with Kyle Williams. If Tommy DeVito, and yes, the competition defensively is going to be a lot more difficult, but if Tommy DeVito can make these plays on a week-to-week basis with Kyle Williams, Drake May's deep ball is even more accurate. So why can't we see these same things with Kyle Williams and Drake May in the regular season? I think all we need is Kyle Williams to just get opportunities. And you know what? Call me crazy, but I actually feel that part of why the Patriots were okay with getting rid of Kayshon Boutte was because you had Kyle Williams. I'm not saying Kyle Williams is the only guy. Obviously, you brought in like A.J. Brown and Romeo Doubs. That's also a massive part on why. But I think you drafted Kyle Williams last year in the 3rd round. And he was a guy that was drafted by this Mike Vrabel Zach Core defense, or system, excuse me. So clearly they want to give him those opportunities. So, all right, let's see what this defense can do. Can they get the stop? I'll be curious to see how much they play Kyle Williams tonight, because I think one of the big things they wanted to see is, can Kyle Williams take advantage of these opportunities? And a few minutes into the first quarter, first drive by the Patriots offense, and Kyle Williams takes advantage of those. What point in this game do we see them say, Kyle Williams, you proved enough. We're going to take you off the field because we can't afford you to get injured? Shout out to my man, King Money, the $10 donation. He says, what's up, PG, LFG? Shout out to my boy, King Money, XP, for the massive donation of the channel. What's up, my brother? We're just trying to get through the final preseason game so we can finally have substantial football, man. Let me tell you, I'm excited for the week 1 watch party to open up the season against Seattle, because it's not like we're opening up the season against the Jets or some bottom-dwelling team or the Dolphins that you expect to beat. That's like a real game. In the Super Bowl rematch, like, the watch party week 1 is going to go crazy, man. Y'all better be right here. Patriots and Seahawks Wednesday to open up the season, because it's going to get chippy. It's going to get chippy, to say the least. PG, who would you rather face in a 1v1, Sauce Gardner or Drake London? Sauce. Be a lot easier to beat him. A lot easier. All right, looks like the end around here for Cleveland. Only going to get a few. Second down for Cleveland. All right, it's 2nd and 6. Cleveland's going to run motion again. Gabe Akis rushing the right tackle. Come on. Let's see what you can do, Gabe. And he didn't do anything. They run the ball up the middle with Sanders again. Almost a first down, but that's going to bring up 3rd down. Like I said, I just expect Cleveland to run the ball as much as possible because they are gashing the Patriots. That run defense is bad. It is. But, like, here's the hard part. The run defense is buns throughout the preseason, but you also don't have Robert Spillane, Christian Ellis, Milton Williams, Christian Barmore. So it's like, how am I supposed to take away what the run defense really looks like when none of your starters are out there? And we saw during the regular season last year that the Patriots would have one defensive starter out on the D-line, and it would make a massive difference. So I don't expect the run defense to be as good as last year with Tonga out. I think that's a massive loss we didn't address. But I also don't expect it to look this bad. So Gabe Akis was in the backfield, had the opportunity, and wasn't sure. Was the ball going to the quarterback? Was the ball going to the running back? Akis did bite on the running back. And then Dylan Gabriel just runs and gets the first. Something that we've kind of seen with Gabe Akis struggling a little bit in the preseason. Akis, still, the awareness for Gabe Akis is not there. Got the rush off the outside, ran after the running back. Dylan Gabriel keeps the pass. And at that point, it's just too late for Akis. It's a good rush by Akis, who just goes completely unblocked, but he thought it was going to the back. This Patriots defense right now really, really struggling against Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel's 4 for 5, 58 yards and a touchdown. What the hell? In motion again goes Cleveland. They're going to run the ball here. That's Sanders again. He's going to get about 4 or 5. Cleveland got him looking like Jim Brown out there. Dude, he really does. Sanders is looking like a starter. He's looking like Nick Chubb. Dylan Gabriel drops back, completely untouched, goes to the tight end, and that's another touchdown for Cleveland. Like, oh my gosh, Luke Flourier comes in with his second touchdown of the game. Dylan Gabriel hits him between the numbers, and this Patriots defense nowhere to be seen. First contact comes on him when he's at the goal line, and Mike Vrabel not happy. He doesn't care if this is the third preseason game. He doesn't care who's out there and who's not. He is not happy with this product. That was Marcellus Dial who was covering him, and just too late. Marcellus Dial, who has to make his name heard on defense and not just special teams to make this final roster. And yeah, you're cut, Marcellus. You are cut. Marcellus Dial's not making this roster. Just barely makes the PAT. So biggest thoughts on that one is coverage unit, buns. Absolute buns. Run defense, absolute buns. Marcellus Dial sold on that touchdown. They're making Dylan Gabriel look like he's fighting for QB1 in Cleveland right now. Kobe with the Matt Collins build. Man, they don't want to see me out on that field. Come on, man. I'll be blocking like Matt Collins too. You know what I mean? Practice. Defensive depth is spooky. Dude. Halloween's coming early this year. But here's the thing. I never understood the hype in Marcellus Dial, like starting on defense, because there was a lot of reports like Marcellus Dial is killing it in training camp last year. And then he got injured and it was like, no. And I'm like, Marcellus Dial never looked like he was a stud in coverage on defense last year. And in his rookie year in 2024, Marcellus Dial was the lowest graded cornerback in the NFL during the preseason. Like Marcellus Dial, he's fast. That's why he's a gunner on special teams. But I think with this new kind of scheme, offensively, defensively, special teams, they really don't want to keep guys who are solely going to be out there only for special teams. Like even Brendan Schooler gets some snaps on defense. Who would you guys want in the first round, linebacker or edge, realistically? Here's my thing, right? I think both vastly need help from a depth perspective. I would say that I feel good about the linebackers if they're healthy. But Robert Spillane, Christian Ellis both staying healthy an entire season, that's not realistic. As with the current edge rushers that we have starting, I don't feel good about that. But I think that the depth is worse at linebacker than it is edge, which says something. Because if you lose one linebacker, suddenly you're playing a guy that's a pure practice squatter. So if healthy, I think edge is more important. If one linebacker goes down, linebacker is more important. Shout out to my boy D, who comes in $5 donation, says we need to pick up Daquan Jones and Kenneth Murray. That will help the run defense. Is Kenneth Murray a free agent? Jermichael Hasty with the return on this one. So not Kyle Williams. That's a little disappointing. He's going to be stopped right before the 30. Tommy DeVito is coming back out. We have Caleb Lomo at right tackle yet again. Arkin out there as the fullback / tight end also. Kyle Williams, Efton Chisholm, both on the field too. But I would say Daquan Jones, yes. I seriously didn't know Kenneth Murray was still a free agent. But yeah, do you guys remember back in 2020 when we wanted him in the first round and then we traded out of the first with the Chargers and they got him? Kenneth Murray, big time letdown. Big time letdown. I actually think there's better linebackers options than him. But the Patriots are going to give this one off to Haskins. And he's going to push forward for a yard. But if I'm the Patriots, man, I'm really looking at potential trades before roster cutdowns. And I'm also looking at the few hundred of players that are going to be cut by the 32 NFL teams in the upcoming days. And I'm looking at what are guys that I can add to this team, because there's going to be some high caliber guys that are just going to be released. DeVito drops back, has time. He puts this one to Landon Larison. Ball's a little bit low. Larison tries to pick it up, bobbles it, and that's incomplete. 3rd and 9. Efton Chisholm in motion for the Patriots. Landon Larison, the back for the Pats. DeVito drops back, has time. Oh, goes to Landon Larison, who tries to adjust to the ball, but drops it. Looks like he felt Reed coming up for Cleveland. Got a little bit spooked, turned his head around before he secures the ball, and that's a drop. Caleb Lomu over at right tackle. Actually looking pretty good on that rep right there. Great job by Caleb Lomu, keeping DeVito protected. Now, again, gotta understand it's against a guy who's probably going to be cut, but still a good job by him. But Landon Larison, man, a couple of opportunities, and even that low pass, I feel like he should have had that one. They go back to him on 3rd and 9, and he drops that pass too. So, man, Larison can't make those plays when he's fighting for a roster spot. I will say the throw could have been better, but Landon Larison adjusted and got 2 hands on the ball. So that's a catch he should have made. Hey. Someone on defense has to step up if they want to make this team. I'm really keeping my eyes on who's playing in this game and specifically who's going to be playing up into the 4th quarter, because, man, here I was thinking that like Kindle Vildor had that cornerback 4 spot locked up, and he's out here fighting with guys like Karan Prunty and Marcellus Dial, which makes me think that, you know, even Charles Woods is out there. This team really might not know who the 4th cornerback is. It might really come down to the wire based off of this game on who's going to make it. And I think Kindle Vildor will make the 53. I don't think Charles Woods is going to come here in one game and show enough to make the roster over him. Same thing with Prunty. But the fact that the Patriots think that this battle is still that close for cornerback 4, that all those guys are out there, is just, it's a little crazy to me. What happened? Mendoza threw a pick? Damn. Fernando Mendoza with 3 picks already for the Raiders. Damn. Are the Raiders about to ruin Fernando Mendoza? You guys let me know. You guys let me know in the chat. I will also say, too, I am trying to really revamp the watch parties for the regular season. So it's been something I've been working on over the last few days. I have some concepts. I have some things that I want to do just to have it more interactive, have it more fun for you guys, and make this a watch party that you guys want to tune into for the entire game and not just watch for 5 minutes and then leave and then maybe come back in for a little bit. So I'm also thinking about maybe part of the way to revamp these watch parties is like maybe start the show 25, 30 minutes sooner and do a tailgate, like a live Patriots Global tailgate before the games start. And we all have our predictions. I talk about what I'm looking for. We break down guys who are inactive, guys who are dealing with injury, all that stuff. All right, Cleveland, bootleg, on the run. Oh my. Charles Woods gets him down, but that was John Saunders who just gets blown up by 38 for Cleveland. That's a 52-yard play. Dylan Gabriel scrambles, throws on the run off the bootleg, and hits his guy for 52, majority of that coming after the catch. Saunders was right there to make the tackle and gets burnt. Cleveland in one play is at the 21-yard line. Dear God. Oh, fumble by Gabriel is going to be touchdown. It's going to be a loss of a few. All right, 2nd and 13 after the fumble. Dylan Gabriel fakes the handoff. Patriots missed the tackle. Oh my God, we can't tackle. Oh my gosh, 2nd and 13, and Cleveland's 2 or 3 yards away from getting another first. Had the play stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and another missed tackle almost leads to a first down. Dear God. Third and 2 for Cleveland. They're going to run the ball. Nope, they're going to fake the handoff. Dylan Gabriel with the opportunity. Multiple Patriots defenders there, and you had to have half the team come up and stop Dylan Gabriel, but he'll be stopped behind the line. Big 3rd down stop. So the Patriots' first play on this drive allow Cleveland to go 52 yards on the scramble for Dylan Gabriel, who hits his man down the field. Big yak play afterwards. 3rd and 2 turns into 4th and 6. And Cleveland is only going to run away with 3 on this drive when really should have been 7. Hashtag cut Chad Muma. Yeah, he's not making this roster. We riot if Chad Muma makes it, man. I'm so disappointed in Muma. Three drives for Cleveland's offense, 3 scoring drive for Cleveland's offense. Ooh, Drake May's 2025 season highlights? Show them. I'd rather watch that than this. Sacked 21 times, NFL record in the 2025 postseason. 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Wow. Drake May was sacked 21 times in the postseason? Damn. Baron Morton is in for the Patriots, so we got Tommy DeVito for 1 quarter. Damn. All right, Baron Morton, show me some of that magic. JaMychal Hasty, your kick returner again. Kyle Williams got no opportunities. Kind of surprised about that. Him and Chisholm both didn't get opportunities. Now they're delaying Larison. Is Baron punting? No, he should not be. He should not be. So off the bootleg goes Baron Morton, hits his man down the field. Is that a pick? Cleveland says it was a pick. Is that a pick? What? How's that a pick? Bro. What? Baron Morton goes to CJ Dupree. Dupree's blocking his man down the field, has no idea. The ball hits CJ Dupree's foot, doesn't touch the ground. Ball flies in the air, tipped up and picked by Cleveland. What kind of interception is that? Oh my God. What? How is that even a pick? How does that happen? That is the most unlucky play that I might have ever seen in my life. So there was holding, so 1st and 15 on Cleveland. Cleveland at the 36-yard line. They run the motion. They're going to give the ball off here to Sanders. Or it actually won't be Sanders. That'll be Marshall, rather. Looney Tunes ass play, dude. I cannot put that better. That's all it was. Like Baron Morton off the bootleg is running, defender in his face, throws the football 10 yards down the field to CJ Dupree. CJ Dupree doesn't know what's coming. He's just blocking his guy. Ball hits the back foot of CJ Dupree. The ball flies in the air, which is just, I've never seen a ball fly in the air from just hitting the ankle of a football player, and Cleveland picks it off. And here's the thing. Was CJ Dupree supposed to be open on that play? Was he a receiving option for Baron Morton? Was he the check down? Or was he just supposed to be a blocker? Because if he's only supposed to be a blocker and he's not expecting to be a pass catcher, then that's on Baron Morton. But if Baron Morton is only trying to throw the ball at the feet of CJ Dupree to live to see another down, then Baron Morton has to know not to put enough oomph on that ball. You're not supposed to hit your football player with the ball. You're just supposed to put the ball right in front of him to make sure that you live to see another down. King Money says, just end the stream, PG. This is trash, dude. Dude, I'm really hoping that the viewership doesn't just totally tank, or I'm going to have to end the stream. Like, if I have 10 people watching, I'm going to be like, what am I doing here? Like, who am I putting a show on for if nobody's watching? Shout out to my boy, Raspy, who comes in with a $5 donation. He says, Baron Morton, so bad, he tried to throw the ball at the ground. He tried to throw the ball at the ground and it missed. We riot. We riot if the Patriots keep 3 quarterbacks. Just imagine being so bad that off the bootleg you're under pressure and you try to throw it at the feet of your player just to bring up second down, incomplete pass. But you put so much oomph on the ball that you hit your player with the ball and it doinks off of him and gets intercepted. Like, what the hell is that? All right, Dillon Gabriel going to drop back. Dillon Gabriel, literally zero pressure. He's having a tea party back there. Wilson, the linebacker, the first one there to stop him. It's going to bring up third down. And Patriots defense, bend but don't break. They hold him again for another field goal. So, you know what? Good job by the defense. Great job by the defense on this drive because Baron Morton set them up perfectly for a touchdown. And this defense holds on to only 3. Dillon Gabriel, 8 of 9 in this game. They're going to run motion again. Patriots expecting a pass. And great job. That's going to be Braden Swinson, who comes up with the stop. Damn, Braden Swinson might be a better run defender than Gabe Akers. Manifesting a Patriots comeback. All right, so Baron Morton's back. All right, this is going to be Haskins on the return. Haskins beats one tackle. Good push up the middle. Good job there by Haskins on that return. First and 10, Baron Morton going to hand the ball off to Haskins. 0 blocking by this Patriots offensive line. Haskins runs into a wall. He's going to get maybe 2. Make sure you guys slam that like button if you haven't already. Help support the channel tremendously. Best way to support the channel. Haskins still on the field. 2nd and 9. Baron Morton drops back. Off the edge, Hudson. And Baron Morton's going to run for this one. Get it, Morton. Morton gets the first down and a little bit extra. James Hudson at left tackle completely whiffs on the block. But Baron Morton able to get out of it and get the first. Let me ask you guys this question. Over or under? I'm going to put it at 3. Over or under 3 claims by the Patriots during 53-man roster cutdowns? Dude, these backups are bad, bro. You should have seen the interceptions. No, 2 field goals. Yeah, you should have seen it. Baron Morton off the bootleg, dude in his face, tries to throw it at the tight end's feet to get to second down, bounces off the dude's leg, and flies in the air for the pick. Yeah, they scored on every drive. Yeah. Put Tommy DeVito back in. I've seen enough. So Patriots across the 50. 2nd and 4. With some pressure, 2 guys are blocking this Browns defender, and he still gets the pressure on Baron Morton. Oh my gosh. Baron Morton still gets the pass off, hits Tanner Arkin, who's just shy of the first. It's going to bring up 3rd down. How do you have 2 guys on 1 defender and still let your quarterback get pressured? Third and 1. Baron Morton gives the ball off. That's JaMycal Hasty who pushes forward and gets the first down. Damn, JaMycal Hasty got speed off the line. Baron Morton drops back on first. Has time. Middle of the field. Wide open is Kyle Dixon. That's Kyle Dixon's only 2nd catch of the preseason. But he was wide open there in between the numbers. Wow, Baron Morton basically saying that he's comfortable with the Patriots because Mike Vrabel reminds him of his dad. So interesting. Oh, Haskins running hard, no blocking. He's gonna get like a yard. Yikes. 2nd down. How do they always know where the family is of players? Like, just zooming in on Baron Morton's mom in the crowd is crazy work. Baron Morton drops back. Morton go. Oh my gosh, you had DeGennaro wide open down the left sideline, and Baron Morton just completely overthrows him. Third and 10. What a terrible miss by Baron Morton. Oh my gosh. Tommy DeVito's hitting that 10 out of 10 times. Oh, dear God. Oh. Baron Morton drops back. It's 3rd and 10. He goes outside to Palmer. Palmer's going to be short of the first. It's going to be about a yard and a half. Yeah, that's a touchdown if Baron Morton completes that. Maybe not on that play, but sets the Patriots up perfectly. I mean, for how aggressive the Patriots are, got to stick to your identity and go for this one, right? They're obviously short. Why are we like watching this review for this long? He's short. Like, what are we doing? Damn, Vrabes just wears his heart on his sleeve, don't he? My boy out here losing brain cells from this game. There should be a rule. Everybody has to run the football 90% of the time in the final preseason game. The Baron Zappy. No. You know, I was thinking about this when I was driving the other day. I was like, there were Patriots fans, and I'm so glad I wasn't a part of this. There were Patriots fans that really thought that like Bailey Zappi was it. It's short by 2/3 of an inch. Fourth and 1, New England's lining up to go for it. Haskins in the backfield. They're going to give the ball off to Haskins. Haskins pushing hard. Yes! Haskins comes in, and that's a first. Haskins, honestly, he might be running back 3. I think Haskins is running back 3. I think he's making this 53, which is crazy for a guy that got here the night before our first preseason game. And that's the guy that's about to make the roster. His experience with Mike Vrabel. Vrabel drafted him in the 3rd or 4th round when Vrabel was still with Tennessee. So you have that experience. Vrabel loves his former guys. Can be a kick returner for you. Can be a depth guy. Runs hard. Exactly what they had in Terrell Jennings. Baron Morin gets sacked. Dances around the pocket. Sees nothing. Now just has to go down. Caleb Lomu is out at right tackle. Crownover comes in to replace him. I would say Haskins really hasn't done a whole lot. But again, like you said, none of these guys have. But when Haskins has been given the opportunities, he takes advantage of them. As where Lan Larison, week 1 wasn't great, took advantage week 2. Here in week 3, hasn't really done much. Looks like James Hudson down with an injury, so we'll see who will replace him. But 2nd and 13 for the Pats. Baron Morton drops back. Oh, what a catch. That's Kyle Dixon again. Baron Morton fired that thing. Good catch there by Dixon, but still well short of the first. Looks like Jack Conley from Boston College. You guys might remember him from last offseason. He's coming in to be our right tackle with James Hudson leaving. That means Demetrius Crownover being pushed over from right tackle to left tackle. Baron Morton drops back 3rd and 7. Only a gain of about 1 or 2 there by Hasty. So Patriots going to have to go for the field goal. Shout out to my brother, King Jamie. Good to see you back in the chat, brother. Tom Brady says you should drop the StreamYard link like Dan does. I'll be honest, I haven't watched the watch parties for my fellow AFC East brothers in a minute. So maybe I'll have to ask Dan. What does he do? Andy Borgala's perfectly up the middle again, 10-20. So Patriots shrink the deficit, but still down by 10. And if this defense doesn't start stepping things up, it's not particularly going to matter. What kind of sick commercial they playing? Man, what commercial are you getting? What I want to know is why is the NFL always doing this commercial, every single commercial break, where I'm seeing Christian McCaffrey playing the piano and singing to children? They're singing about being special. Great message, don't get me wrong, but like, I'm gonna be honest, I be showering at night and I'll just be singing that song in my head because it's stuck in there, you know? Like, you are special. And I got my girlfriend hearing me like, why are you singing about being special? I'm like, ah. It's very quiet in here. That can't be good. I kind of expected that this watch party wasn't going to be a very exciting one. This is why most of my friends don't go live for like watch party week 3. But I did it anyway. I did it anyway, man. And I did it for you guys. So make sure you slam that like button. Remember when the Giants destroyed us in week 3? Yeah, that was last year. They scored like what, 40 something on us? And you know what? We went to the Super Bowl. King Jamie drops a question for the chat. Who is your favorite draft pick right now? Do I have to answer? Actually, you know what? Take that back. I know who it is. It's Eli Raritan. Easy Eli Raritan, the tight end out of Notre Dame. Caleb Lomu, we understood what that pick was going to be. That's really not for this season. He's clearly a work in progress. Gabe Akis, some really great moments and some really rough moments. He's very clearly a work in progress. I think Eli Raritan has showed the most, but unfortunately, we haven't really gotten to see him much in the preseason because he showed a lot in the first preseason game, and now they're trying to keep him healthy. Demetrius Crownover, he's kind of going to be a depth tackle, probably your swing tackle, so can't really be excited about that pick. Nnamdi Obi's or out of TCU, the 6th-round linebacker, really hasn't showed much either, mainly a special teamer, depth linebacker, so can't really be excited about him. And roughing the passer by the Patriots on a complete doink by Dylan Gabriel. That's Amari Gaynor who comes in. Looks like he's tripping. Gabriel throws the ball, and Gabriel just goes right down. Gabe Akis is also on the sideline without his helmet, so is he done for the night? We'll see. 1st and 10 now for Cleveland, who after that penalty is across the 50. Gabriel's going to give the ball off up the middle. Going to get about 2 yards from Marshall. Yeah, it looks like everybody's saying Eli Raridan is the favorite pick. Honestly, I don't really know how it could be anybody else other than Eli Raridan. Dylan Gabriel, man. Dylan Gabriel, who I actually got to see up close and personal before he was drafted by the Browns at the Senior Bowl. His story is actually really interesting. He wore a helmet at the Senior Bowl, which was made specifically for the Senior Bowl, where it was like a combination of all the different teams he's ever played for on his helmet. It was really special. Small guy, but... And a big play down the field for Cleveland. Dylan Gabriel untouched. Hits his guy. That is... Who's that? Is that Canada in coverage for the Patriots? That's Charles Woods in coverage. Ugh. Charles Woods, who was cornerback 4 for us in the regular season last year, allows the big play from Dylan Gabriel. Rough. Charles Woods not looking good since that injury. Gabriel off the bootleg, checks the football down. Saunders comes up. It's going to stop him about at the line. So good stop there by Saunders. Second and 10 for Cleveland. They are inside the 20. Cleveland's going to drop back. Dylan Gabriel has time. Middle of the field. Is that a touchdown? That's caught. That's 3 touchdowns for Floria. 3 touchdowns from Floria. When do you learn to cover? The same dude that scored all 3 touchdowns in this game for you. Oh, ball might have hit the ground. But again, nobody was in coverage, so like that should have been a touchdown. Dylan Gabriel just needs to get more oomph on that ball. Looks like Floria loses control. Let's see, that was... Oh, yeah, that hits the ground. Yeah, it's not a touchdown. But again, if Dylan Gabriel just hits his man with a little more oomph on the ball, that's an easy touchdown. Incomplete pass. It's official now. Sorry, Floria. No 3 touchdowns, but we'll probably give it to you later on, so don't you worry. You guys remember this day where Floria broke out in the NFL because of the Patriots. Gabriel drops back under pressure, hits his man. That's yet again Charles Woods in coverage. Man, Charles Woods just getting killed on this drive. Let me know your guys' thought in the comment section below. Who's the 4th cornerback for the Patriots headed into the regular season? What guy makes the 53? Because I'm going to be honest, I ain't keeping Charles Woods on my 53 right now. 3rd preseason game you're playing. You struggled late in training camp after the injury, and you struggled in the last 2 preseason games. Dylan Gabriel drops back. Gabriel, first down, flies it out of the end of the back of the end zone. It's going to go incomplete. Dylan Gabriel at the 6. Dylan Gabriel gets outside. Dylan Gabriel, Patriots defenders falling. Dylan Gabriel gets pushed out of bounds. He's going to lose a yard on this one. 3rd and goal. Clearly, we gave up a touchdown, so we all know that they get it. Guys, I know that we're all annoyed, but let's not freak out too much. This is literally 0 Patriots starters on the field right now. So this is not indicative of the guys we're going to see in the regular season, like at all. I mean, it was the same thing last year. We got killed in the 3rd preseason game against the Giants. No starters. Actually, more starters were playing in that game, and we won 14 games and went to the Super Bowl. Vrabel meant what he said. Yeah, no, he was right. Vrabel might be right to sit out the starters because, gosh, this depth is bad. A college football team would beat this team. Missed tackle by, who was that, Prunty? Marshall, the running back, with the touchdown. No, that's going to be Wilson, the linebacker. He has the tackle, gets shaken off, and Marshall just walks in for the touchdown. So 51, Wilson allowed the touchdown on that one. Not really a guy we were expecting to be in the rotation to potentially make it as a linebacker on this 53. But I think what is also interesting is KJ Britt is out there still in this game. So maybe not a roster lock for him either. Is there a world in which we only have 2 linebackers on the 53 right now, and the 3rd, maybe 4th linebacker that's on the final roster isn't on the team right now? I think it's a possibility. I'm worried about our depth at secondary. I think we'll be okay, but I think what this says is you got to sign Christian Gonzalez right now. Right now. Because, boy, oh boy, if I'm Christian Gonzalez, I'm sitting back watching this like, the longer you make me wait, the more guaranteed money I want. But keep in mind, no Gonzo, no Carlton Davis. I think that you will have Kindle Vildor probably make this roster. I think Kindle Vildor has looked really, really good this preseason and even this offseason. So I think he will make it. I think the guys you're seeing out there, Charles Woods, Marcellus Dial, guys who have looked like buns in this game, those guys are not going to make the 53-man roster. They shouldn't. And then you also have Jalen Reed, who the Patriots just traded for in the Kayshon Boutte deal. And I think that with Reed, we're going to see him play some safety, but he's going to be a joker. He's going to play all over the defensive formation. That's something that we saw him do a little bit at Penn State, but we saw him do a lot more since he entered the league with the Texans. And he's also going to be a slot cornerback, I think, for the Patriots too. So keep in mind, Reed is also going to be a part of that secondary depth that we have. Yeah, Vildor looked great last week. Honestly, I think he's looked great really the majority of the offseason, but more specifically in training camp and summer practices. But see, I also like Karan Prunty. I think Karan Prunty has cooled down over the last couple of weeks, which certainly isn't good for him. But they're definitely going to be a lot more inclined to keep a rookie than they are a guy like Charles Woods or Marcellus Dial, who was drafted, not by this Mike Vrabel regime. But I do think Kindle Vildor pretty confidently, to me, should at least have cornerback 4 locked up. Haskins gets the return. Take it up right past the 30. All right, toss off here to JaMychal Hasty, who's going to get tackled behind the line for a major loss. Ay. 3 touchdowns for Dylan Gabriel in the first half. I remember why I don't go live for preseason week 3 games now. Wait, did I go live last year for the Giants? Let me look. Did I go live? I feel like I did. I did? Yo, Nikhil knows my channel better than I do. Shout out Nikhil, man. You a real one. You a real one. That's how I know you a real one. How many views did we get on that show? Because we got blown out. That I remember. Ew. Not very well. 1.5K total. Also, y'all tell me if this is just me, but the game is one volume and then the commercials are another. Blast into my ear. Wow. I'm watching the preseason week 3 game from last year. Yikes. What the hell did we talk about for 2 hours and 54 minutes? Whoa, big donation from my boy Isaiah, man. Everybody give it up for Isaiah in the chat. He says, even Tua will be better than this. I think I would take anybody over this. Like, what am I looking for right now? Like, Palmer, DeGeneiro at wide receiver? Like, these are going to be the first guys cut in 2 days. Baron Morton drops back. Morton under pressure. Oh my God, he gets picked. Baron Morton with a terrible flag on the play. Usually that's on the defense. Usually flags like this are on the defense, so this is probably coming back. James Hudson says, no. That's on them. Pass interference on the defense, so that does negate the interception. That would have been Baron Morton's second of the game. JaMychal Hasty gets the carry for the Patriots on 1st and 10. Tripsos, who's only going to get about 4. Got my boy Red Sox that says, I think there's a few positions that you'll see them pick up during cut downs, a few decent free agents that will be available. Red Sox and anybody else, you guys let me know in the comment section. Is there anybody that you're looking for that you expect to be a free agent that this team can get? And maybe not a specific player, but what are positions that you're looking for that you think this team could add? I think offensive line is always the potential for them to add, but I think edge rusher, linebacker, those are the most realistic. And I wouldn't be surprised if there is a cornerback that the Patriots potentially look to also add. All right, a minute still left in the second quarter. Longest game we've ever witnessed. JaMycal Hasty up the middle. Patriots do get the first on 3rd and 1. Fresh set of downs. Still down by 17 points, though. Good opportunity to run the 2-minute drill, I guess, for guys that aren't going to be on the roster. Oh, Jack Westover is a terrible blocker. He, just pushed the guy with his fingers. In motion goes JaMycal Hasty. Patriots knocking on the door. Baron Morton immediately runs. Oh! Baron Morton with the little stick shift for a moment there. Damn. I don't think of Baron Morton as a very mobile guy, but he just put that defender on skates. Baron Morton, that running back? I don't know. Baron Morton, that running back? You know, every team is getting this new high-end stadium where it's like this beautiful dome with LED lights. And I love Gillette Stadium, but I can't help but to think, when are we going to be forced to get a stadium like that? Because we are going to look massively outdated if in the next few years we don't have a stadium like that. Because the Cleveland Browns are getting a brand new stadium. Now, keep in mind, their stadium opened in 1999. Patriots did just do renovations last year on their stadium, so probably not for a while. But Baron Morton goes outside. That is Kyle Dixon, who's having himself a little bit of a game here. Maybe get himself back on the practice squad. 3 catches now for Dixon. Clock is rolling, though, for the Pats. They have one more timeout left. Hurrying up back to the line. 30 seconds and counting. Baron Morton drops back. Morton goes outside. Jack Westover gets hit. Dives for a couple of extra yards. 20 seconds. Patriots trying to get back to the line. Do they take a timeout? Patriots take their final timeout. 22 seconds left. Second and 6. Patriots at the 15. 23 seconds left. No timeouts for the Patriots. Baron Morton checks the football down to JaMycal Hasty, and that goes right through Hasty's hands. So 3rd and 6. And I see we went for the field goal. That's a great way to get back into the game. All right, 3rd and 6. Baron Morton under pressure. Morton running for his life. Morton fires the ball down the field. Oh! Almost picked. Flag on the play. Oh, it's going to be on us, so it doesn't even matter. Baron Morton, dangerous ball on that one. My God. Well, shout out to Andy Borgales, who really bounced back from week 1. I feel like we talked so much about Andy Borgales being booty buns after week 1, and then we never talked about him like bouncing back over the last 2 weeks. Jared Morton, Baron Jones, Baron Zappi. And so Jared Stidham wasn't bad. Mac Jones was good for a little bit. This is like Baron Morton is like 2023 Mac Jones. $38 players for the Patriots were not in uniform tonight. Hey. Men of the streets are playing right now. Man, they just said first come, first serve. Whoever gets to the stadium, you get a uni. All right, so it's halftime, baby. My gosh, I feel like that was the longest game of my life. Let's see what Vrabel says. Vrabel says he wants to see an aspiring effort better than what we just saw. So Vrabel not happy with the effort that this backup offense and defense was showing in the first half, which understandably so. He might have been just as bored as we were. All right, Braves. Give it to him. We saw the same thing last week where the Patriots were just playing booty buns in the first half, and then they come out in the second half, and it's like, all right. Now they're showing something. Again, I understand it's a Patriots game, and people are going to look at this and say, you know, you're losing to the Browns, and this sucks and that sucks. But, guys, again, I want to say 38 players? Is that what I said? 38, 36 players not dressed for the Patriots tonight. All starters, all second team. What you're seeing is third and fourth guys, depth guys who are not making this roster or more likely than not making this roster. So you can't go on what this team's going to be in the regular season based off of guys that aren't going to even be on the team in 2 days. So let's calm down a little bit. We were blown out week 3 against the Giants last preseason, and we won 14 games and went to the Super Bowl. So let's calm down. Who's worth keeping tonight? I still say Kindle Vildor. I like Karan Prunty, but are they going to keep 5 cornerbacks? Maybe. Caleb Lomu technically played. We know they're going to keep him. Gabe Akis played tonight. He was a second-round pick. Not looking great, but they're going to definitely keep him. Demetrius Crownover. We know they're going to keep him. I still like John Saunders. I think John Saunders had a couple of good moments. Not perfect, but he's definitely had some good moments. Unfortunately, they did bring in Reed, so they do already have depth at safety, but I still think they could keep an extra safety in Saunders because Saunders is like a pure free safety who his bread and butter is pure coverage, and they don't have that really outside of him. So I could see them keeping Saunders. Outside of those guys, no one. This girls' flag football game at halftime looks more interesting. That sounded bad. Now, while we're waiting, I do want to give a big shout out to the sponsor of the video over at PrizePicks because the preseason is finally coming to a close, which means the NFL regular season is here, a brand new season, which is the best time to get in with the action over at PrizePicks, America's #1 sports picks app. And with a brand new NFL season here, they got a brand new offer for you guys where when you click the link in the description box below to take you to download the PrizePicks app, you play your first $5 lineup and win, you will get $150 in lineups to play with. Again, all you got to do, click the link in the description box below, take you to download the PrizePicks app, use the promo code you see on the screen, HMA. When you play your first $5 lineup and win, you will get $150 free to play with in lineups. PrizePicks, America's #1 sports picks app. They're available in most states, including California, Texas, Florida, and New York, but are not limited to those states. Remember, supporting the sponsors is supporting the channel. As always, play responsible, play within your means. But again, we could not be here giving you guys this content without the support of our sponsors. Again, I'm going to show you guys one of my lineups that I have here to start the regular season. I got Drake May under on passing yards this upcoming season, A.J. Brown over on receiving yards, and Jahmyr Gibbs over on rushing yards. You guys let me know in the comment section below. Colby likes the F word button. I need more sound effects because I have a lot of just like the natural generated sound effects that they give, which like here, hold up. They have the trombone. We could use this one at times. So I got to remember that one. We have applause. It's a little too generic for me. Air horn. We love that one. We love the air horn. Crickets. There's potential for that one here and there. We got record scratch, which I've been pretty iconic using that one in the past, but it's not my favorite one. I feel like I overused that. We have chime, but we also have what do we have? Boom. Whenever I make a stupid joke, we got to use that one. We also have a lot of like voice disguisers, which I really don't use because like why would I use voice disguisers on this channel? Like we could use megaphone, but why would I use megaphone? Doesn't make sense. Let's see. What do we have?
Hello. Yeah, like why would I use this? Why would I use this? Just doesn't sound professional.
We could do pitch up.
But that also doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. No.
We have monster.
See? Why would I use this?
I wouldn't. So we do have on to Cincinnati.
We're on to Cincinnati.
That's a good one. That one I used during the regular season, iconically on our live watch parties. We also have, when we win the game, what do we say? And then, of course, that was my favorite. That one's my favorite. Use the trombone for Dan on the round table when the Bills lose. Oh, dude, I got you. I got you. Let us call in. Maybe that's something we'll add to the live watch parties. You know, people can call in for like a quick 10 seconds and give a question or a take. Maybe we'll add that. Yes, rest in peace to Optimus Prime. You know what I thought of when I saw the voice actor of Optimus Prime died? I thought of Indy. Man, what's her last name? The girl from Obsession who just got cast in X-Men. I thought of her because she said that her celebrity crush is Optimus Prime. I was like, man, she's punching the air right now. Of course, make sure you guys slam the like button if you guys haven't already. Help support the channel significantly. Got the game starting back here in just a second. All right, I'm going to grab a water before we kick the second half off, man. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. Oh, shit. Colby, who do you favor on the Pats as fantasy football leaders? You mean like who on the Patriots would I bring in terms of fantasy? Drake May. I think Hunter Henry is a good like mid-round addition. I wouldn't get him in like round 3 or anything like that, but I think Hunter Henry is a good addition. Keep in mind he had a career year last year. I'd stay away from Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson personally. unless you can get them like late in the draft. I wouldn't look to add them. I think AJ Brown will be a good one, but again, not a guy that I'm personally using my first pick on. I don't think Romeo Doubs would be a bad addition, but again, that's one of those guys where it's like, I'm going to put this dude on my bench. But I do think the Patriots are a top 10 team in terms of defense and special teams. But again, that's something you're using like one of your last picks on. Honestly, after this game, I wonder if the Browns like find a trade partner for Dylan Gabriel. All right, so Patriots going to start with the ball here. Let's see if Mike Vrabel had any choice of words at halftime to get this team going. Haskins is your kick returner again. Haskins breaking tackles. Gets to the 26-yard line, so a pretty good return there for Haskins. You can kind of just see that push he gets on his returns, which, again, just reminds me a lot of Terrell Jennings, and with him out for the year. Do we have the worst backups in the league? I don't know in the league. Obviously, we're going to be biased as Patriots fans, but it's not good. I'll tell you that. But, like, also, why did you not re-sign Jack Gibbons then? Like, I feel like they didn't do anything to make the depth better. I feel like they addressed offensive tackle depth, wide receiver depth. That's it. That's really it. Patriots at the 41-yard line, 2nd and 5. Baron Morton goes out to DeJaneiro. It's going to be shy of 1 yard for the first. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1. Nine of 13 for 60 yards for Baron Morton. Haskins is the running back, and he's stopped and then gets another opportunity, but it looks like he's going to be just shy again. But we'll see. We'll see where they spot this. They're going to bring out the virtual measurement. One refs is first. All right, so that will be a first down for the Patriots. Baron Morton drops back under pressure, and Morton slips. Does he go down? Morton says he's not down. Rest says he is down. And that will be a sack on Baron Morton. Tries to get out of it, but slips. Gets touched down by Izzard. That's Butler for the Patriots at left guard, who allows in the free rusher. So 2nd and 20 now for the Patriots. Had a good drive going, not anymore. JaMycal Hasty with the carry. Oh, JaMycal Hasty with some speed there on 2nd and 20. Good run by him up the middle. You see that speed with Hasty. Third and 9. So a gain of 11 there by Hasty. Makes this one manageable for the Pats, but definitely not in field goal range. Hasty goes out to wide receiver. Morton drops back. Morton throws, but the pass is batted down for Palmer. Threw the ball behind Palmer, so that one's on Baron Morton. Patriots were running the double slant on the right, and they're going to punt. Good punt there at the 10. Oh! What a special teams play by... Who is that? Khalil Jacobs? Hutchins, rather. Excuse me. So the rookie 7th-round pick comes up out of nowhere, turns on the burners, which is insane for an edge rusher. And the Cleveland Browns returner goes back into the end zone. Looks like it won't be a safety, though. Look like he'll be down there at the 1. But what a punt and what a play by Hutchins to come in out of nowhere. I mean, that's back-to-back weeks for Hutchins, right? He made the play on defense last week with the strip sack. Makes a big play here on special teams. Now tell a depth edge rusher is going to get on the 53. Depth as a pass rusher. And then, of course, the ability to play as one of the top gunners on special teams. So Hutchins making some big-time plays. Wow, what a play. Man, I wish I could show you guys like plays on Twitter. But we get copyrighted the second I show it. Don't worry, I'm pretty sure the backup defense will give up 50 yards here. Dude, probably. I'm at Joshua Farmer not making a year 2 jump here versus Cashiers. Farmer's had like a good offseason, specifically a good summer. I'm surprised he's not making a bigger name for himself in the preseason. Very unfortunate because he's had some good moments, just inconsistencies. I feel like that's been the name of the game. Gonna run the ball here with Marshall. Had a Patriots defender rush through the gap, had him behind the line. Misses, though. Couple Patriots to bring Marshall down there. So Taylon Green in at quarterback for the Browns. 6th-round draft selection in the 2026 draft. At the 6-yard line, Browns take over. Oh, Patriots say the Browns jumped. You got to touch them. You got to touch them if they jump. Oh, Nnamdi Obiizor was the first one in the backfield on Marshall on that play. That's going to be a loss of yards. Needed a little bit of help, but it was that first initial contact by Obiizor that allowed a little bit of extra time for those other Patriots defenders to get there. All right, 3rd and 9 for Cleveland after the loss. They're backed up to the 3, in between the 3 and the 2-yard line. Oh, Patriots get the pressure. Green on the run. Green gets the first. The Patriots couldn't get there. You had him. You had him, and you let him get out of the pocket and scramble for the first. DeGeneiro with the return, and he muffs that, but it goes out of bounds, so it don't matter, I guess. What a terrible muff, though. Just catches it and then just throws it out. All right, guys, let's just run the ball every play. Let's just go home. Please. We concede the preseason. Fourth down? How are you at 4th down? I'm still at 1st. Patriots give the ball off here to Haskins. He's going to get about 4. Second and 6 for the Patriots. Morton drops back. Ooh, hit as he throws. Ball hits Palmer. Palmer juggles and drops the pass. Dear God, why is Palmer still on this team? My gosh. Like, bro has hype, but cannot catch anything. Morton drops back. Morton with a free rusher. Morton's going to get sacked, and yep, he's down. Honestly, tomorrow we could see some players start to be cut. Palmer should be one of them. And the ball's going to be downed at the 2 again. Pretty close to the 1. Damn. Good job by the punting unit here tonight. Chad Muma was down there. Yeah, we've had some nice punts in this game, and that's not Behringer, so pretty happy with what I've seen from there. Yes, sir. Some good punts by Hack. The last two. Well, I should say the last one was inside the 10, but then the receiver for, or I should say the returner for Cleveland went backwards, so that was down at the 2. This one downed at the 2 by Hack. So good stuff by him. It was a 63-yard punt. All right. Cleveland's going to hand the ball off. Great job by the Patriots to build a wall, stop him at the line. Second and 9, so gainable 1 there. Cleveland goes in motion. That's Marshall. Scrambles outside. Patriots getting the pressure. And the quarterback does it again. Patriots can't stop him. There he goes. No, that's a quarterback. Yeah. Brother says that Denzel Boston. Nah, dog, that ain't a wide receiver. That's a quarterback. Bro's literally in the back of the end zone, but doesn't get down till almost the 35. Bro just ran like 40-some yards. What the fuck? He drops back. Honestly, if I'm a quarterback, I'm not even throwing the ball anymore. I'm just running the whole time. All right, 2nd and 1. Cleveland goes in motion. They're going to run the ball. It's going to be a first down. Gonna hand the football off again. Oh, spin move. Oh, it's a fumble, and it just goes an extra 5 yards into to the Browns running back's hand. Oh, dear God. Even when the Browns fumble, it's positive for them. I expect 11 new signings before week 1. Cleveland's across the 50. The Browns drop back. That's Green. Ooh. Like helmet to helmet for a minute there by Woods. 3rd down for Cleveland. Honestly, let's let them score like 40 something because the last time that happened, we went to the Super Bowl. So. All right, Green drops back on the 3rd and 5. Gets pressured. He's going to run. That's Jesse Luketa who just tumbles, and Green runs for the first again. I'm about to switch up the stream and just start doing some ASMR for y'all. I think that would be more interesting than whatever the hell this is. Thank you to the Browns, though, for staying in bounds so that this clock just runs. Because we still have an entire quarter plus 2 minutes left in this one. Oh, of course. Browns receiver who ran into his own guy should have been stopped for like a 5-yard loss. Somehow turns into like a gain of 5. Who was the? Wait, who was that? All right, Green with nothing but time just takes the check down. All right, let's go, baby. The final quarter. Smile on my face. The Keyshawn Booty trade was more interesting than this.
It just takes one person. You are my friend. You are special. You are my friend. You are special to me. You are special.
We only have 40 people watching on YouTube right now. We got more watching on Twitter, but only 40 people watching on YouTube, man. That's how bad this thing is. That's how bad this game is. None of I can't even blame you guys either. I promise for anybody that's new, these are not what these watch parties usually are. I swear. Everybody vouched for me in the comments. I swear our watch parties are not this boring.
Chase your losses and only bet when you can afford to lose. Learn more at responsibleplay.org. Friday nights are for the NWSL on Prime. From the Chiefs on the Portland Thorns tomorrow, 8 Eastern time, right here. Fourth quarter. First service.
Hold up. I'm going to just posted this on Twitter. Hold up. Let me show you guys this. Look at this. Patriots versus Browns game summed up. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever seen a game Y'all about to get a sleeping ASMR video. Oh my gosh! Kobe Minor missed the tackle. Touchdown, Browns. Oh, give him one more touchdown. Give him one more touchdown. Give him one more touchdown. Because again, I would say we saw this last year in the third preseason game, and we went to the Super Bowl. Vrabel is pissed, and this is exactly what we need. Vrabel, you walk into that freaking office tomorrow and you say, I want some damn depth on my team, and you gonna make that shit happen. You say exactly that. We'll all sign off on it. Ay, ay, ay. No effort by this team, no energy by this team. They're not trying, they don't care. Like, why are you an NFL player if you just don't care? Like Kobe Minor tried to tackle the running back like this. You're sweaty. I don't want to touch you. What are we doing? Grab him. My God. Wow, 39 people watching right now. If we get to 30, we're done. if we get to 30 people, I'm just like, what am I even here for anymore? To talk to myself and put it on the record? So do me a favor, guys. Please, if you haven't already, slam that thumbs up button, because 56 likes is gonna tell YouTube this channel is shit. We don't want that. This looks like a day of training camp. I'm gonna be honest. Training camp is significantly more exciting than this. Even a walkthrough is more exciting than this. At least I get to see the starters catch the ball. Yeah. All right. Returning here, we have Cam Dorner as the returner. Okay. I'm headed into week 1 with more questions about who the starting kick returner is than I did when the offseason started. Just call it Colby, dude. Don't tell me. That's Cam Dorner. Ooh, Cam Dorner sheds a tackle. It's a little extra there. Honestly, I want to see Cam Dorner back on the practice squad. I think he's earned that. UDFA wide receiver, conclusion of the 2026 draft, picked him up. He's looked pretty good. Looked pretty good. I haven't really seen anything with Drake May and Dorner, but Morton drops back. Morton goes out to Dixon on this one. That's what, the 5th pass by Dixon and Morton? All right, they're going to get this one off to Haskins. Haskins is going to get about 4 on the carry. Guys, should we do a winners and losers video for this one? That literally might be an all-time lowest viewed video for me. Baron Morton throws this one out. Oh, Drake May with the catch. Yeah! QB1 with the catch. That's the most exciting thing in this game. Let's see them hands, Drake. You gonna be using them? Oh, I didn't think about how that was gonna sound, did I? I didn't think about that. I just meant I wanted to see him maybe catch a double pass this season. All right, Morton in trouble. Dumps the ball off to DeGeneiro, and that one just gets batted down. Fourth and 5. Just go for it. Why not? All right, the Browns are going to take over here at the 19. Richie with the donation. Richie, thank you for coming in and giving me 1 millisecond of excitement. He says, I know it's preseason, but you guys cooked. Nah, dude, we literally have like 36, 38 players that didn't dress up today, and they were all starters and second stringers. We are literally watching third and fourth stringers this entire game. It's brutal. Brutal. We didn't get to see a single starter this entire preseason. I mean, we got to be one of the only teams that didn't get to see that. I mean, damn. Not even a snap. I mean, damn, we only got Tommy DeVito for not even an entire quarter. Yeah, this is bad as a preseason game can get. Green lines up under center. Gonna give this one off to Marshall. That's Nnamdi Obiizor, the first one there with the contact. Honestly, I think the big problem with Obiizor is that he's just small. So when he's going up against a big running back, he just gets carried for a few extra yards. Green's going to hand the football off to Marshall again on the outside. Marshall gets the first. Stay in bounds, Marshall. Stop stopping the clock, bro. Oh, there's Gonzo. My biggest question is, how did these players on the sideline hold their piss for 3 hours? That's my question. Yo, Green, stop going out of bounds, dog. Like now the Browns are pissing me off. I'm not pissed off that you guys are blowing us out. I'm just pissed off that you're going out of bounds. Man, every single Patriots defender here is dripped out. My gosh. I thought mine maybe could dazzle like that, but where are y'all getting your jewelry from, bro? I need one of those necklaces in a bad way. That shit blinging. I'm sorry. Shout out to my brother Richie. He says also prayers up for the family, my boy. When we meet again, hopefully sooner rather than later. Tequila shots on me on to week 1. Good luck. My brother Richie, man. Favorite Bills fan I've known in my entire life, hands down. Appreciate you, my guy. Prayers do go a long way. They seriously do, man. We appreciate them more than we can express, my boy. Pause. Browns in motion. They're going to get this one off. Damn, how come every Patriots defender has like the same blinged out necklace? Vrabel giving these things out? Bro, Mike, that's what I'm talking about. Where do they get these necklaces? That's probably just fully diamond. Ain't no way I can afford that. Lucetta there to stop the run. Ooh, good play there by Lucetta. Don't think he's done enough to make the roster, but Jeweler's paying him to wear it now. All right, Green sets up the screen. Oh, tries to go the opposite way, and the Patriots miss one tackle, miss another tackle. Oh, my. Every time you think they're going to make a play, it's 4 missed tackles. Oh, my God. 3rd down. Just let them have it. Let's just drain the clock. Green drops back. Pass too high. A couple of the Patriots defenders got a hand on it, but all right, who's the punt returner here for the Pats? All right, it's going to be DeGeneres. That doesn't really move the needle. Down at the 10-yard line. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty sure I have insomnia. I have a really bad sleep schedule. I just can't sleep. I don't know what it is. I'm going to play this game. I'm going to play this game every night at about 11 p.m. every night. I think this will put me to sleep. I think I found the cure. What the hell is this commercial? Why am I watching some dude play pool with his pants down? All right, Morton's still in. Goes to Dixon. Morton drops back, 1st and 10, hits Dixon again. Dixon has been Baron Morton's guy this game. Probably leads the Patriots in receiving yards. Morton drops back. That's a screen for Hasty that's blown up. Ugh. Baron Morton with a 54.4 overall rating. Ooh. And Kyle Williams is still our leading receiver. 55 yards. Dixon's at 48. But Dixon targeted 6 times, 6 receptions. Let's go. Good for Dixon. 3rd and 12. Morton hits the middle. That's Dupree. Dupree, few yards shy. 4th down, obviously. Might as well just go for it. Fourth and 2. DeGennaro in motion. Pressure for Morton. Morton hit as he throw. Morton tipped and intercepted. Like, just give me something to enjoy. Who even has the ball right? $69 likes on the stream. Let's go. $14 pressures allowed in the Super Bowl by Will Campbell. Damn, I didn't know he was that bad. 14 pressures is crazy. Man, look at Big Country go. I hate how we talk about Will Campbell and we talk about the end of the season and how much he struggled and not how good he was consistently in the regular season prior to the injury. I just don't think it's fair to him as a player. Green, running, throws the ball out of bounds. Stop doing that. Stop throwing it out of bounds. All right, so the Browns get a field goal. 13-37. Aaron Donald back? I don't think so. Bro, do you see in GTA, ignoring text messages can hurt your relationship? GTA 6 is literally just Sims with guns. That's all. Shout out to my boy Elf of Courage, $10 donation. He says, sorry for being so late. These are just 3rd and 4th stringers, right? Yeah, about 36 players did not dress up, and that was all starters. For those who maybe were not here in the beginning of the stream when we first started and I listed out what guys were inactive, I want to go through that list again. And so Drake May, Ramondre Stevenson, Travion Henderson, Reggie Gilliam, A.J. Brown, Dobbs, Douglas, Hollins, Henry, Raridan, Campbell, Moses, Marcus Bryant, Lorenz Metz, Michael Onwenu, Elijah Vera Tucker, Greg Van Roten, Jared Wilson, Ben Brown, Draymond Jones, Harold Landry, Elijah Ponder, Xavier Holmes, Milton Williams, Christian Barmore, Corey Durden, Robert Spillane, Christian Ellis, Khalil Jacobs, Christian Gonzalez, Carlton Davis, Marcus Epps, Kevin Byard, Craig Woodson, Jalen Reed, Eric Butler, Bryce Behringer, and Brendan Schooler were all inactive. As for the starting list, quarterbacks, you had Morton and DeVito. DeVito only got, a little under a first quarter. Running backs, you had Miller, Larison, Haskins, and Hasty. I don't think we saw Miller at all in this game for what that's worth. And then Kyle Williams and Efton Chisholm, they also only played the first quarter. So pretty much for the entirety of this game, you had Dorner, DeGeneiro, Dixon, and Palmer. Tight end, you had Westover, Arkin, and Dupree. Offensive tackle, Lomu, Crownover, and Conley. Lomu went out after halftime, roughly. Guard, you had Hudson and Morgan. Center, you had Ritzy, Dale Court, and Mikulski. Edge rusher, you had Akis, Swinson, Hutchins, Gaynor, Lucetta, and Wilson. Defensive tackle, you had Farmer, Taylor, Gregory, Farms, Aiton, and Rogers. Linebacker, Moomer, Britt, and Obiizor. Cornerback, Prunty, Woods, Vildor, Minor, Dial, Crossley, Canada. Safety, you had Pettis, Brown, Saunders, and Maumua? I think that's to do with the long-ass hair. And then kicker, you had Borgalis, punter, Hack, and lawn snapper, Julian Ashby. So your only starters were Borgales, Ashby, and maybe Hack, because Behringer might not be ready week 1. So, yeah. Hasty's still here. Hasty's still in the game. Wow. Partial lunar eclipse. Okay. That partial lunar eclipse is the best thing we saw tonight. All right, we got a minute and 30 seconds left. All right, a minute and 30 seconds left. The Patriots are just going to run this thing out. We know they lost. So I think we're just going to wrap this on up for today's video, man. Like, I appreciate all of you for still coming in what is the worst football game, preseason or not, I've witnessed in my entire life. Absolute snooze fest. But you guys came in, you guys rocked with me, and we all tried to make this game better than what it was in reality, which means the next Patriots Global live watch party is week 1 to open up the NFL season, Wednesday night, Super Bowl 60 rematch, Patriots and Seahawks. That's going to be a game of starters from quarter 1 to quarter 4, so we are going to have a lot more fun breaking that game down for this watch party. We're also going to have some new segments come week 1 of the regular season when it comes to these watch parties. I'm trying to revamp, have more fun with these watch parties, and I got some fun ideas that I'm really excited to kick off with you guys here in just a couple of short weeks. But I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you guys slam that like button on the way out if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later on this week for some more Patriots videos. Go Pats.